this leg as well. You could get a larger gouge again and define more of a proper bell bottom on the jeans as well. Doing that one as well now. I started that. So once you've created that groove in there, you can then just narrow the rest of it down again then. Go, they've had a bit more shape to them. Again, you can come back to that even more again if you wanted to, or even create the flare going in that direction there, take it in and then let the legs come out even further to give them the legs like a skinnier look. There's a lot of these little things you can change, make a difference to your character and save them all being exactly the same. Again, you can still use the B tool for doing the belt is all. Just to cut in a little bit to define the line, or use the knife and go around making a small incision one side, so we're going straight in. And then go on top of it, just making a nice little thin cutout. all the way around. So it's starting to take a little bit more shape. We can tidy a few lines up at this point. Nothing's finished, but I would say you're definitely at the point now that it's completely roughed out there. You got the arm locations more or less where you want them to be. Same around the back. Still got a bit of cleaning up to do inside here. Ears to create, eyes to create. And that the best one, the hands. You can have the hands sitting on a belt if you'd fetch the hands further up, keeping the thumb above the belt, giving yourself plenty of room to get a bit of a curl if you could have. And then 3 or 4 fingers down here, and either again on the sleeve of the arm, you can either have it so he's wearing a glove and you keep the same colour as the hand, or you could paint the shirt with the cuff of the shirt and the collar. In this case he's got gloves, and in this case it's a shirt with a collar, a cuff. The collar's up there. Again, keeping the thumb over the top of the belt and the 4 fingers below, or in this case the thumb would be underneath the hand, so it's got a little mark here for the thumb, and then the big index finger pointing up towards his platinum star. So we can move on to the next stage in the next video, or if there's space at the end of this I'll continue a little bit further. We'll see where we go. So looking at and reflecting on what we've got so far, I've penciled in some belt marks and a hand on this side where I think we'll put a hand into the pocket with his thumb just sort of staying out alongside it. And here I've just sort of whittled in a little bit of his few fingers. Nothing of any great detail, just sort of see where the location of them are going to be. The arm itself will still need some whittling down here to try and get that a little bit straight to there. So you're coming up to one elbow joint and not a square around here. If you see the squared part where the block of wood was originally, so we're going to try and get that so that's straight to there, but just taking a little bit away around the edge of this. As I keep saying, a little at a time, and then we'll take the arm up further here. By taking a little bit out of the top section of it, just to make the bottom section that little bit longer. That way then this part of the arm, the forearm, will come up another little bit more and take this part here out as well at the same time. Like that. Keep going until you get it a little bit straighter at the top up there. I'll go up a little bit further than that again. So now you can see that that's slightly straighter there now than what it was earlier on. Still take a little bit away from underneath here as well. Question, I wondered how many of my followers are actually Formula One fans. Hey, who do you support? What nation are you from? Nationality are you? Do you support your home people, or do you support other people for what they represent in the sport or their achievements? Or maybe you can tell me a little bit about where you watched it from when you were with your dad, or when you were a little boy and you just followed certain teams. Let me know. Stick something in the comments below for me to know. We'll see what you'll say before I give you my opinion on it. I like Formula One. I've always watched it since I was a little kid. Always used to be on a Sunday about lunchtime. And we used to have a Sunday roast, as we do here in Britain. Seems to be all over the world now with various different times, which sometimes is a little bit annoying because obviously the time differences, but it's good to see all the different countries getting involved in it and taking part in the sport though. So I usually manage to get up on time with less work commitments these days, etc. No biggie. So done a bit of straightening on that arm as well, as you can see. It's still a lot wider than what that one is, but the hand's done on that, so let's get proportion size done on this side a little bit now as well. Now to keep his hand in the pocket, this is going to be the pocket, so I'm not going to take much out of that. I would literally be taking out part of the arm to make the arm lower than what the height of this pocket will be. So it'll come in something along those lines, and then taking out that little line like that, leaving that little bit of that pencil mark in there to show that the hand is in the pocket. I don't know how best to show you that on camera really. It's probably going to be better that I used a little bit of sandpaper on it and then show it to you again maybe. Let's see if I can get up close now with the camera and give you an idea of what's going on there. I don't want to make it too much, not just yet. Let's see how close up I can get. From that angle maybe. So the hand here will be coming into the pocket there. Do you see this? So this part here will be lower than that. And then create a little triangle here. And that will make the pocket then be on the outside. Then the thumb can go round on top of what would be the trouser stroke belt there. Okay, so let's try and get that little triangle out here. Let's get a bit of this pencil mark off because that's not helping a little bit. Too much there. Then we'll come underneath the thumb in the end to make it a bit more depth. This is where you could go a smaller knife blade get those slightly better cuts in, a bit more precision. You could use a small V tool, or they call the docking tools, if you have one. I'm going to make this thumb larger than what it needs to be for now, so I can always cut it back. And if it fails, it's no big deal. Just put the whole pocket in the hand, just take the thumb off, just literally cut the belt back, just down like that. Put the whole hand in the pocket. Like, really speaking, I should have left a bit more wood on there. Make the thumb be over the top here. But let's see if I can still make it work. Take the belt back a little bit and make the whole cowboy slimmer anyway in a minute. And then leave a bit more depth there, up, what will be up to the thumb. To get right in there a little better, you could get in there with a gouge as well. And sort of be careful, but take it down to the thumb edge there. So you see, it's gone down there. And that gives you, oh, dash, a little bit more of the depth that you had originally from here to there. So you may have got 3mm there now between here and the height of that in depth. Taking out that little bit from the side of the cowboy, so trying to keep it in both sides the same. So I'll take a little bit off in there as well. Being careful not to take off any of your fingers. There's an accident. So that would not be good. You're trying to keep the depth there. So that's good. I think we could end up taking off a little bit more of the front here still. Or maybe I'll keep the arch on the back still there. Take his backside down here a little bit. Not sure. Either way, we can take a little bit of his rib sides there. And a little bit more of the front there. If there's any other cowboy carvers out there that would like to give me some tips, by all means leave the comments as well below. All gratefully accepted. Still a beginner, enjoying the hobby. There's some magnificent ones out there now that are really stunning. Some of the people there, can't believe myself that they've been doing it for 20, 30 years. When you look at the pieces, you just can't imagine. It's just awesome. Have you all seen Dusty He was in one of the earlier videos I did. Buck Dusty McGraw, I believe it was. I'll leave a link maybe below, or you can check my channel out. He's on there. I think he's got a little short video as well. They all have stories as well. They link into each other. Most of them come back and forth to the sheriffs. I think there's only one of the sheriffs that I've made so far that have actually been released. The other one will be coming out soon. Again, they all link to each other. So there we go. Let's have a look. Now we've got a bit more depth there. Make a bit of a mark around the pocket there. This one has definitely got some kind of split coming up in there. Didn't see that coming through. Definitely see it lifting now and again. Okay, so we got a bit more depth to the pocket there, and a bit more of an angle on his hand going in the pocket. There. As you get closer to the hand there, the fingers will have a bit more depth to it, just like the pocket does here. If you remember, a minute or two ago we did have a belt here. That's now long gone, but we can pencil that back in if you wanted to at this point again. I think we can do a little bit of work now at his sides here. This one is obviously a little bit smaller than this, so I'm going to take a few shavings of that off. Still plenty to go on that. Back into this one needs to come down. Take some off there for now, but it will come right down in the end, just like we have done in the past. Leave plenty on there for now and then just work at it until you gradually get things down. Even things like his hat here. Be careful with this if you're trying to do the hat there. It's very easily to have your thumb in the way there and slip and slice your finger, although I mean, you try and make a stop point, like my finger there could stop it from coming over, or tuck your thumb slightly under, so it'd be very difficult for you to get anywhere near with the knife. Again, if you've got a gouge, you can make a V tool to go straight through there, or like I've got now with the gouge in my hand. Just to take a little bit of mark in there for now. The eyes we can start to work on as well. So this will be what will be the eyelid. This one will be coming right down, and the bottom part of the eyelid will be down here. So you can put the eye in here a little bit as well. Where do we work on next? Got the back of the hair to do up there. A little bit of marking around the back here for the belt. You could make 2 belts, by the way. You could put a belt just sort of holding his trousers up, and then maybe put a gun belt going around the side at an angle. I generally have 1 belt at the moment in most of mine, just because I'm not able to get that amount of detail into the wood yet, as some of you carvers have been out there for 20-30 years carving, but I'll get there. So we can do a little bit of cleaning up around this eye, just to make it somewhat more presentable. There's a lot of wood just breaking off up here at the moment, but we will get it so that the sort of eyes come down the side there like that, keeping the top eyelid a little bit longer, coming out the side. A little bit of that will still come off, say that much more that will come off again, but it's there for now. But a little go up there with the gouge. I'm not going to do this for now, but you could take that up there and that'll shorten that quite easily. Or like you've got in this little one here, you can see both marks of the eyes there. Just check it zooming in nicely for you there. Then you've got the eyeball in the middle. Oops, sorry, my bad. So what will happen is the depth of this needs to go down, and where this knife point is, it's getting it down at the right angles. There are special cuts here that most of them are making, which I believe would be small cuts, such as going straight across there like that. I hope this is still on the video screen for you to see. Then another cut down here. That chip in there then can come out. Still very much a bit of a mess in there, but it will tidy up as time goes past here now. Taking that out of there, gives you that bit more depth to the ends in the corner. The same this side, in there, in by there, take a tiny chip there, out to the corner. to make the eyelid there with a very small mark. Take a little bit from underneath it there, and then just keep on working on that coming down. Make the undercut underneath it, and then go back over to take it out. Back around once more, and undercut that. Not sure if you're getting that on the camera. Was that a better angle for you guys to see? The way all these small chips are just staying in there. They're not attached. They're just jammed. It's not attached to anything. There we go. So you just keep on. See if I can get that focus a bit better there. There you are, able to see it, okay. That's the way you make this little mark coming around here. You can see the chip come off there. I'm not hardly doing anything to the wood there at all, and it's just all breaking away. And it's not the knife, the knife is extremely sharp. So I'm going to refocus the camera, try and get back in there for you now.